Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I don't know why my camera can't just cooperate. Thank you. How is everyone today? How was your weekend? Mine was, interesting to say the least. I'll share a couple of stories while we're working on stuff. Still have not done my flag, but welcome back to Hallowmas. This is my Christmas Halloween island. Not inspired by Nightmare Before Christmas at all, but I've been calling them Christmas Town and Halloween Town. It's just a little bit easier. But where we're building today is this spot right here to the right of Resident Services. Ignore Naomi, she's not staying. You gotta go. You gotta go. But what we are working on today is like the entrance to Halloween Town. So kind of like I did the Welcome Center over here for Christmas Town, just kind of give everybody an overview. During the daytime, everything's not as lit up as I would like. I'm gonna mess around with times and see what works. I've also been time traveling around, so the holly bush isn't broken, but it will be. But heading back over to this side, what we are going to build today is a graveyard. And I have already been planning this and working on it, and it's come out so good, and I'm so excited for it. I did add a tree over here. This is just for the entrance. Thankfully, that one's not covered in Christmas lights. Neither is that one at the moment, thank goodness. It's the only downside with using cedar trees on this side of the island is they may end up covered in, this house will move, ignore it. They end up covered in Christmas lights, and that just doesn't work for the aesthetic. So, first things first, I actually need to get my helmet on because we are going to need to lay some pathing. Thankfully, not much. That's why I did the sidewalk first. I have found, thankfully, through a recommendation through a friend, some video editing software, so I am going to test it out, with this video today. And if it works, great. We'll have pathing that will be fast forward while being laid down, and if not, well, there will be a very long empty space that I am not speaking, but that is perfectly fine. So, first things first, there they are. I need my gravestones. 3, 4, 5, 6. I did make 10. Okay. So we're gonna grab these. Grab my decayed trees right away, because these will help with the spacing. And where are you? My fencing. I'm gonna grab both stacks. Oh, my spooky arch for the entrance and exits. Get something out. I need, where are they? I need 3. Just 3. Picked up some extras from a treasure island. I actually found some free treasure islands. There's one that popped up on my news feed on my YouTube, and it's got like, oh god, at least 20 islands, which are all free. There are some, member-only ones. But it's been kind of cool. I mostly just go for crafting supplies because I don't mind crafting stuff myself. But there's been a few things I've had to go and get, like, I needed some cruiser bikes for Snowflake, I needed some steel trash cans for both islands to use as mailboxes, I needed some recycled paper bundles, and those things are just not showing up in either of my recycle bins. So, just for stuff like that, I did pick up a ton of simple panels, because I will need those eventually. I haven't decided what I'm going to use them for, though. I know the next build on this island is going to be Nook's, back over on the Christmas side of things. Nook's is going to be like, well, obviously a toy store. But, while we were laying this down, as I said, my weekend was, very interesting. I do work retail. The holiday season is kicking off, so it was insanely busy. And so I was over in my department, which where I work over in floral, so I do work with the flowers. Thankfully, they're fake flowers. I did not inherit my mom's green thumb whatsoever. I cannot keep plants alive. I'm amazed I can keep the cats alive. So, popped out another arch. So, wait a second, that's wrong. Is it? Nope, you gotta come out. But, anyway, so I was helping these ladies. They were super, super nice, super sweet. Get a piece of artwork down from what we call the high wall. It's, you know, up on the way high up. So you need, like, we have a set of airplane steps that we use to get up there, put stuff up, take stuff down, all that. So I'm getting this piece of artwork, and it's a big one. But as I'm coming back down with this, you know, I'm handing it off to them just in time to see their young kid that they have with them. I don't know, must have been grandkid to one and, you know, obviously son to the other. Put my water bottle to his lips and take a drink. And I don't have one of those water bottles with a straw. Like, I have one, my sister got it for Christmas a few years ago. You actually have to pick this thing up and tip it back to be able to take a drink. And technically we're not supposed to have them, but since I work in the floral department, there's a lot of glitter, there's a lot of flocking. I'd be begging for my water bottle if I didn't have it. So I was just like, really? Are you kidding? I didn't yell or scream or anything. I just said, please, buddy, you know, please don't take a drink out of my water bottle with the seasonal changes and my allergies. You know, I haven't been feeling good. I don't want anybody to get sick. And these two ladies just turn around and as he's setting it down, and they go, he didn't. And, you know, they both apologized profusely. They both felt bad, and I wasn't mad or anything. Well, I was annoyed. But it's like, really? You can't teach your kid to not do that? I had to go to the back to our break room and, you know, clean the spout and, you know, disinfect it under hot water. Not that I thought I was going to get sick or anything, but it was, yeah, it was interesting to say the least. I was the exact opposite of happy. And that was just the start of my Saturday. Thankfully, it got better after that. You know, I really, obviously, since I'm over in floral and our seasonal department's on the other side of the store with all the decorations and stuff, I wasn't bothered much. But still, I still can't believe that. And he was probably five or six at least. Definitely seemed to have some special needs, which is the other reason I didn't yell or scream. But I mean, you can at least teach your kid not to pick up somebody else's water bottle and take a drink out of it, can't you? Merry Christmas, everybody. That's how this is gonna that's how this season's gonna go. I can feel this already. And it feels like it gets worse and worse. Can I please turn the right way, please? Feels like it gets worse and worse just every year. This is my 7th Christmas at my job, which I go back and forth. Some days I love it, some days I hate it. And, you know, not calling anybody out because I know the holidays have been, they're rough for people, and I get that. But, man, oh man, you gotta be nice to people. We don't want to be there any more than you do. I would much rather be home with my family. Oh my golly. I would much rather be home with my family. You know, my husband is on vacation next week just with the way his job works. Hunting season starts next week, so they don't open for the first day of hunting season. They're closed for the weekend of, you know, from Thanksgiving on until the following Monday. So they just don't even open that entire week because it's like, well, there's no point. Nobody's going to be there. So I have to go to work the entire week other than Thursday. It is my Saturday to work. I have this weekend off. And he gets to sit home and play video games. Lucky him. Don't get me wrong. I would love to be home doing the exact same thing. But alas, I cannot. Can I please put these down the right direction? No! Oh my golly. There we go. So, come on, give it a push. So, now that we have all of our gravestones set up, I am already in love with this. I had to, you know, I built this, troubleshot it, figured out the way I wanted it, pulled it back down so I could do this. I do have editing software. Like I said, I'm going to play around with it while I'm doing for the clips with the fencing. Well, maybe not the fencing because I was sharing a story at that point, but maybe the pathing. We'll see. But I absolutely love this. But I think what we're going to start with is we're going to go ahead and get the pathing out of the way. Just because, yeah, that's the right piece. Because I know this part gets tedious. But, I think I might have asked already, but did any of you have any plans for holiday season? You know, what you doing? Anything fun? I will be working. Thankfully, we are actually closed for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day just because Christmas Eve falls on a Sunday this year, so we're closed anyway. And so that'll be nice. More often than not, I tend to work Christmas Eve. It's a shorter day when we are open, so I mean, it's really no big deal. But I prefer being home, curled up. Christmas movies give me any and all forms of A Christmas Carol, the one with Kelsey Grammer. Oh, my favorite. So it'll be nice. But I'm going to stay quiet for the rest of laying this, because like I said, I am working with some editing software, so I want to see how this works. And if this works, you know, fantastic. If it doesn't, well, we'll have a space of no speaking. But I will be right back with you guys to finish decorating. Alright, and we are back, just laying the last piece of pathing, and that, other than what I'm putting under the decayed trees, is the majority of the pathing. You're going to be able to cut down this way, which I think I'm actually going to put Abel's right here. That'll be the next build for this side hike over. And I have not decided about this exit just yet. This house, whose house is this? Oh yeah, Flurry. Will be moved over to the other side of the island, and I have not decided what I'm doing right here yet. But, as you can see from the map, wow, I'm standing. I didn't put any in-game pathing underneath this sidewalk. I just don't have it in me. But, as you can see where I'm standing, I have barely done anything on this island yet. Obviously, I've done the Welcome Center, which is obviously not showing up, but you can see the square cliff. You can see where Nooks is going to be. I've already starting to move that. I have one more bridge to get rid of, and then all the cliffing in the back, I actually think I am going to use. But I had a brief moment of thinking I was going to run out of room, and now I'm looking at this, and it's like I still have... Let's see. Christmas side will use... In total, I think a total block. If you take, like... No, block and a half. Currently. And then Halloween side isn't even taking up a full block. So I still have 4 by 5 minus 2. We'll just say minus 2. I still have 18 blocks worth to, you know, build on this island. And I've barely even scratched the surface. But we are going to move on. Now, this is the only part I don't remember, is if I put down these decayed trees now, can I still get in here with some flowers? And I think I have figured out the order this goes in. So, that one. Then that. Nah. Oh. I mean, that is the order it goes in, but dang it. Alright. So, this one. Will you go where I want you to? No, you will not. Hi, Filbert. You hanging out in the graveyard? You hoping to see a ghost? I need to find, like, some little ghosts, like, clothing pieces that I can put on mannequins. I saw, who was it? Was it Froggy Crossing? No, Melissaverse. Melissaverse was doing that on some of her Halloween islands. Froggy Crossing was using the dolls, which you will not catch me using those things. Those things creep me out. And the way she was using them with her entrance, talking about the two twins from The Shining, oh my god, it gave me the heebie-jeebies. Okay, I cannot get over here. So we'll plop down all the pathing so I know where the trees go. And then we will go in with the rest of our decorations because I have to go get some flowers too. I'm using tulips on the Halloween side. I have mums on the Christmas side. So Halloween is getting black, orange, and purple. And then of course Christmas is getting red, white, and green, which is why I went with the mums because those are the only green flowers in the game. But, oh, I wish there were more green flowers. A green hyacinth, oh, I would kill for a green hyacinth. I love the hyacinths, and I think a green one would just be absolutely stunning. Like yeah, almost like a pastel mint green. Oh, beautiful. Maybe the next game. Hopefully. I would love to see, now this is my first Animal Crossing game. I do have a DS. I'm hoping to, or is it a 3DS? It's one of the two, and I'm hoping to hunt down New Leaf and try that. I know one of the managers at my job said she played the heck out of New Leaf. I don't think she's tried New Horizons, but she is one of the managers. She really doesn't have a lot of time. Alright, that'll be the last of our pathing. Now, let's go grab our flowers. Now, the only reason I have gold tools is because I went to a no-no island, I guess you could call them, a treasure island. Alright, so start with 4 black. Now, the first time I did this, I didn't use any orange flowers because there's a lot of orange from the pumpkins. But I want to see if I can make it work with some orange. We'll find out. And I'm actually going to put the flowers up from where I had them originally. So, one there. One here. And around to the other side. One here. And one here. Now, you're actually not going to be able to really get to these back graves, but I'm actually okay with that. I might pull out fencing it. Well, no, because I'm going to have furniture items there. If I had it the other direction with the flowers, then you'd be able to get back there, but that's alright. We'll just say those are the graves that nobody wants to touch because the dead should stay dead, after all. A line from Ravenfall. Please, if y'all have not read that book series, there's only 2 books out so far. The second one just came out. Third one's due for next fall. They're young adult. I'm 33. I don't care. I love those kind of books. And I got the first one, read it through in a day, and then I got the second one. I had to order it, and again, read through it in a day. They are so good. So what we're doing now is the log stools, and no, there we go, the wedding candles. I think these just add like a really nice touch. And I know, not Halloween, but think Day of the Dead, where you go and you pay your respects to family members that have passed on. The veil, as a lot of people call it, is weaker between what people view as the spirit world and our mortal world, so the spirits can come visit. So they leave candles, and they leave presents, and they leave, you know, snacks and, you know, drinks and things that these people who have passed on really liked in their lifetime. And I just find that so amazing. I would love to not necessarily take part because personally, I mean, Day of the Dead I think is for everybody. I'm sure most people will tell you it is for everybody. I'm not the most religious person out there personally. Religion and I have had a lot of problems ever since my mom passed. But I think it would just be so cool to be able to see and take part in one of those celebrations of life. I know you can see funerals as celebrations of life. That's what a lot of people see them as, you know, celebrating the person who has passed on. Obviously, you know, like we had a funeral for my mom. But I just think that would be absolutely amazing. I apologize for the tangent. Like I said, I'm not the most religious person out there, but I love learning about other religions. I took religion courses and so many religion courses in college. I loved every single one of them. I took an Old Testament class, a New Testament class, Japanese religions that and we learned about Chinese and Taiwan and everything in there as well. And Middle Eastern ones was another one of my favorites. Learning about Islam and I'm not sure if Egypt is considered an Islam. Somebody please correct me on that. I'm sure I am wrong. But yeah, religion. I love learning about them. I can't do organized religion though, just me personally. There's too many rules for me, and don't come for me in the comments. Everybody's got their own, spin on things. But we have our decayed trees down, and that's where we're sitting right now. So I'm gonna go grab some more flowers. I'm actually going to grab purple tulips. Now, I was going to use them in the first place, but I think I'm going to use them in a different spot. As you can see, I have my flower beaches over here and my current pumpkin patch. That's not where the pumpkins are staying, but that's where they're living right now while I craft stuff. That'll be the other thing I need to figure out is where I'm going to put a pumpkin patch. But, so, plop these here. Oh, I actually really like how the purple looks in front of the black. I think that looks really good. Okay, this was a good decision. This was a very good decision. So, since that's settled, I don't know why I didn't just grab the orange ones right away, but back we go again. See, what's that Final Fantasy song? Forward and back, goes forward and back. I forget which boss that is. Final Fantasy 14, somebody. It's not Alexander, is it? I'm gonna have to look. And I gotta be careful, because otherwise I'm gonna get copyrighted. Hi, Filbert. Again. And then we put an orange tulip here. Oh, that looks amazing. One here. And we skip over. And go here. And here. Alright, so that's it for the flowers. Moving on to the rest of the decorations. I have to get some more stuff out of my storage. I'm gonna put this fencing away, because I don't need it anymore. I'm gonna have to make myself some more of that, or just grab some more from Treasure Island. I actually don't mind just getting materials and crafting stuff myself. I find that you can fit more materials in your bag than you can furnishings. Because the materials obviously in stacks of 30. But, now I had these behind the graveyard, and I want y'all's opinion on how you think it looks. Because I honestly am not entirely sure how I feel about it. But I need one of these, one of these, one of these. I need you. That's all the Christmas stuff. Oh, that's right, oh, that's the other thing. I need to make a jack-o'-lantern carving section. That's why I had that. That's why I had that. Okay. I am thinking a zillion miles a minute here. So, first off, with the tower. Tower. And low. Oh, no. Yeah. Because just like I have over on the other side, I don't want you to be able to walk, and I mean, obviously, you can't get very far over here. And now that I'm thinking maybe that tree needs to come out, we're gonna take a look. No, it'll be fine. I do want it flipped around, I think, but for now it's okay. I'll go in later and move the fencing and flop that. And then the scarecrow. Just right there to, you know, welcome you in. That's the other thing I didn't grab. I had a welcome sign. Hold that thought. Welcome sign, welcome sign, welcome sign. Nope, too far. Penguin and shop sign, where you be? Aha! Okay. Now we should have everything. And we better have everything. Okay, so we'll do the plain party archways first because I really need opinions on this. I cannot decide if I like this or not, or if it's too much. I don't know. So we're gonna put these down. Because the other thing, I have not decided what is going back behind this yet. I don't know. Oh, I need to pull these all down one. Crap. Or half of one. Can I get in here to give it a push? No. And this is why I troubleshoot things before I do this. Because otherwise, I have people on the other end of their computers going, oh my god, get your life together. If anybody knows how to get their life together, though, please, I'm begging you, a hint, a clue, something. Because at 33 years of age, you would think I would know. Anyway, moving right along. Now we add the rest of our decorations, which are going to be the lanterns. So I need to plop down some more of these codes. I tried using that corner spider web and it was too big. It does not work for this. So I need to try and find a different code that I can use. Because I actually still have code spades left since I'm not going to use all of Colin's code, road code. I still to this day do not know why I continue to download that when I know I'm not going to use the entire thing. But it is what it is. So we give these a shove. And then a welcome sign, a couple of decorations to put out by the tree on the outside just because I was thinking about it, so I decided, you know, why not? Oh, glowing moss. Glowing moss. I love how the glowing moss looks in the winter when it's covered in snow. It's like that blue color. It looks so good and it matches so well. All the way down at the bottom. There we go. Okay, now I don't want to use much, just a couple of pieces. One there. We'll go right next to this jack-o'-lantern. Nope, not the spider. That would be bad. Yeah, sure, we'll just grab one. That's fine. Alright, and then are those the exact same? Not that it matters, but that will drive me mad. Nope. That's better. And two more of these. Wow, it's not giving me any of the small ones. Like the ones with just two, but that's fine. Alright, and then I don't know if I necessarily want a code underneath this welcome sign. Oh, Naomi, go away. And then one more piece of glowing moss right here. Okay. And like I said, just a couple of pieces out here, just a street lamp and a spooky tree. Just for a little bit of extra oomph, I suppose. A little bit of extra spookiness. But that is that. I'm going to time travel us to nighttime. This will be another section where we will see if the editing software cooperates with me. And we will find out, one, how the editing software works, and two, how this looks at night. So I will be right back with you, and I'll meet you back here in the dark. Alright everyone, we are back. As you can see, it is nice and dark out. We have a moon heading towards the full moon. I was kind of hoping it was going to be a crescent. I thought that would be really cool, but that's fine. I decided to stop us right here because my house is actually just right here on the beach for the time being. It's actually going to go in, I'll show you real quick, the top center block up there. I'm going to have half of my yard Christmas and half of it Halloween. Those are my two favorite holidays, like I said, although you can't go wrong with Thanksgiving, which is next week. Oh, the food, I'm so excited. Well, it's next week if you're in the US. If you're in Canada, it's happened already, and if you're on the other side of the Ocean, I don't think y'all celebrate Thanksgiving. Could be wrong. Anyway, let's go take a look at our graveyard and see how this looks. Oh, this looks so amazing. Oh, I love it. Just the right amount of spookiness, in my opinion. It might not be spooky enough for some people, but I absolutely love it. I think this looks so good. Well, Rodeo, I guess you can keep watering those. It's not going to grow anymore, but that's fine with me. Yes, please, please, pay your respects. Pay your respects. But with this done, I will, of course, have pictures up on my Instagram, which I will go ahead and link down below. But if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget, I'm going to pull out the line I haven't said in the past few videos, but like, comment, and subscribe. Anything you like, anything you hated, go ahead, let me know. I work retail, I got a thick enough skin. If it's my voice coming over the microphone, I apologize, I hate it too. But, what can you do? But, oh my god, how many times can I say but in one sentence? 3, 4, 5? Anyway, I still only have greetings. I still do not have goodbye. But, oh my god, Chris, find a different word to use. Anywho, I will see you guys on Thursday with our next snowflake video. We are working on a post office, and we are going to go ahead and decorate nooks, because the post office is not a very big build. It doesn't take long to get done. So, I almost said it again. I will see you guys next time. Have a good week. Bye-bye, everybody.